This video was sponsored by Acme Real Fantasy Football. More from them at the end of the video. Ahoy Maloy! Welcome back to Cypher's Pick Gaming, where we dive into all things entertainment, and today I'm bringing you my quick first impressions on two new flicks. We've got a double feature today, Borderlands and Alien Romulus. Let's get into it.
You ready to kick some ass?
Okay, let's go.
Hey.
Alright, first up we got Borderlands. So let me just say right off the bat, Jack Black's voice, man, it just felt so out of place. I mean, I love the guy, but something about it just didn't fit here. It was like a mismatch in tone, and it just kept pulling me out the movie. I really hoped and wished that they would have just at least kept that one thing of all the things that they changed, would just keep the original Claptrap's voice actor in. I know they changed it for Borderlands 3, but that's a whole nother can of worms. Another major gripe that I have with this movie is the casting, just all around. And not talking about the voice acting, just the casting. So honestly, it was just horrible across the board. I love Kevin Hart, but Kevin Hart's way too goofy to be taken serious as a role in that I'm used to. And Cate Blanchett is just not at all how I would picture a live action Lilith. I mean, come on, she's a great actress, don't get me wrong, but this role just, in my opinion, needed someone younger and with more of that Lilith edge. Well, she did have an edge to her, so I'll at least give her that. The same goes for Mad Moxie's actress. I just felt like they casted, everybody was just so old, and it's even really the same thing for as much as I love Jamie Lee Curtis. Dr. Tannis, that role just wasn't for her. It just felt like they were going for star power instead of setting out to make a good film. Now, I'm not going to dive into the lore because I know hardcore fans have already beaten that to death, and to be quite honest with you, I don't 100% know the lore. I just don't. One day I'll do my Spin the Block series and we'll get to getting that lore, so I'm not entirely sure, but I know that they changed a lot of things. So overall, I'm just going to feel like Borderlands could have went straight to streaming. For real, if this would have popped up on my Hulu or whatever company, Disney Plus or something, not Disney Plus. Actually, wait, another thing that I mentioned that it missed was the blood and the cussing. After seeing Deadpool and, talking about that, this movie didn't have no blood. It might have had like little splurts of maybe some black and some green, but where's my red? Where's my red? Yeah, no blood, that's a no-go. No blood, no cussing. It just, it didn't have that big screen punch. It had a streaming quiver. This movie was definitely better suited for streaming, or they could have took a different route and just hired younger, lesser known actors and actresses and just used the rest of the budget to craft a better story. It didn't have that punch. But let's move on.
Feel free to applaud.
Next up is Alien Romulus, and I gotta say, this one hit some high notes for me. First off, the sound mixing was top notch. My theater, it was turned up to 11, the volume. I came out with a headache, but yeah, the sound mixing was really good because in space you can't hear nothing. In a lot of scenes, a lot of cinematography, it was really good. This one I'm not gonna go too much into spoiler details because it's fresher, but the cinematography really brought the world to life. And you know what? A lot of people and critics are saying that this movie was too callback and reference heavy. I'm fine with that. Had not seen the originals in their entirety and just seen like bits and pieces of it from when I was a kid and just watching the YouTube recaps to get me in the thought process of what's going on, I didn't mind any of that stuff. Same thing when it comes to J.J. Abrams when he did basically a remake of A New Hope when he made Star Wars The Force Awakens. I was fine with The Force Awakens. So I get people feeling that way, especially if you're a hardcore fan and you grew up on it and you're like, oh, you're just doing a play for play, blah blah blah. It doesn't bother me. I'm very easy to please when it comes to this, and I enjoyed the practical effects and the CGI. It was all fine with me. I can really see the craftsmanship that went into those kind of details, and I enjoyed it.
Run.
So there you have it. Those are my quick rundowns or my first impressions of Borderlands and Alien Romulus. One felt like it missed the mark, while the other delivered on exactly what I was hoping for. But hey, those are just my initial thoughts. What did you think? Drop a comment below, and let's chat about it. And now, a quick word from our sponsors. Acme Real Fantasy Football, the most competitive fantasy experience based on realistic football scores. Are you tired of your fantasy football scores looking like NBA All-Star scores? How about your fantasy football league has been decided partway through the season? Or your fantasy football league has limited productive free agents? Not anymore. Now you can have Acme Real Fantasy Football with its patent-pending scoring system. This is how we developed the Acme Real Fantasy Football scoring system. We found that the top 12 NFL scoring teams averaged 28 points per game. So we simply made the Acme scoring system based on 28 points per game. Here are the Acme Real Fantasy Football 2023 scoring results showing the accuracy of our system. Acme Real Fantasy Football's realistic scoring system is only one aspect of how this league is so competitive. Team benches can only be used for bye and injured players. This means over 200 free agents are available to improve your team. With Acme Real Fantasy Football, just $120 buys your 12-team league for 22 weeks of competitive football. This means each team is paying less than 50 cents a week. Just have your commissioner set up your league and send out draft invites. And once every team responds, you will experience the ultimate competition from week 1 through the Super Bowl. Just go ahead and sign up at acmerealfantasyfootball.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. Until next time, ahoy Maloy.